In just a few days, summer 2022 anime will begin to air. Some of you guys probably already have something on your shopping list and waiting for the very first episode to come. I already have one too, even though for some reason it took longer than the other shows. Among those newcomer or sequels that has been anticipated for a long time, Classroom of the Elite is probably one of the top lists in this season. It has a huge success and popularity back in the day, and it is not surprising the second season gets the same popularity. But among those people who hyping up and looking forward for the second season, I am not one of them. Okay, I'm going to drop the bombshell right away that I didn't like the show. It is not that I hate popular show for the sake it is popular. I give it a try, but suddenly I drop it halfway through. It is unbearable for me to sit through 20 minutes times 12 to watch this show. I'd rather waste my time watching on Double Butter videos. At least there is something I can laugh at. So rather than hyping for the second season, I'm genuinely confused how this show even get a second season. This curiosity brings me digging deep into Classroom of the Elite, and I found some interesting fact behind the series. Even though the anime has, let's say, average rating on my anime list, the light novel however ranked number 3 on my anime list. We're talking about the big league, the big boys. There is no room for shitty light novel in this discussion. This is rather surprising for me considering how shit the anime is. This investigation leads me to one conclusion. I have to read the light novel. I don't really mind reading few volumes of the light novels. If it goes downhill on the first few chapters, I just leave that unread and continue shitting on the series. If it goes really well, I got a video to make. And then I pick up the light novel, starting to read from the first volume. In the beginning, I only planned to read the first or 2 volumes of the light novel and compare it to the anime adaptation. But word by word, page by page, and days by days, I kept on reading, and I did not realize I already sucked into the world of the Elite. That sounds really edgy, I hated it. Okay, I'm gonna give the conclusion in the beginning that I was wrong. After reading few volumes of Classroom of the Elite, I can safely say the anime is shit, not the series. Thank God. This is a prime example of the victim of poor adaptation. This is a huge crime in anime scene considering how good the light novel is. The adaptation butchers the most important things in the series, which is the characters. There are many characters in the Classroom of the Elite, some of them just are background characters, but most of them played a pretty important role in the series. The anime, however, managed to destroy and kill most of the characters, especially the main character, Ayanakaji, Ayanokiji, Ayananakiji,
Ayanokoji.
This is insane. In another universe, the director of this anime is a fucking serial killer. Characterization is important when you bring in some heavy topic about society, discrimination and stuff. In the anime, Ayanokoji played as
the lonely guy who thinks having friends is cringe. I am a lone wolf who don't need any company. I am a genius and I don't need to show it because I am cool.
That type of guy. You've seen that before. I am probably okay with this if this aired like 10 years ago, but at this age, I'm already past of that edgy phase, alright? I don't need that. In the novel, however, Ayanokoji portrayed as a rather regular high school student. He is lonely in fact, but he needs friends and make an effort to socialize, which didn't happen in the anime. For example, in the introduction scene in the first episode, the anime misses to portray that he wanted to make friends with Hirata and wanted to go along with him to the cafeteria. This different character gives off a different perspective on the concept in the anime and lay off a different foundation for the series. A regular student gives off more realistic perspective and flesh out the main concept better. Another character which is also misleadingly presented is the main heroine, Horikita. Actually, the characterization of Horikita is absolutely fine for me. Both in the anime and the light novel gave off the same vibe of cute cold girl. I'm okay with that. What I'm not okay is in the anime, I feel like the director sims for Horikita so much that he tried to make Horikita is the best girl in the series, which is not. Go ahead and fight me in the comment section. Also, Horikita is such an interesting character in the light novel. The way she talks, her train of thoughts, and her choice of words is different from the other characters. There are many good lines from Horikita, and the director chooses the most generic and bland portrayal for the character. It's like out of all flavors you can choose in ice cream, you choose vanilla.
Basic.
Other side characters such as Sudo is also misinterpreted in the anime. He is actually a pretty chill guy in the light novel. I don't know why he became a cocky asshole in the anime. They also did not tell how perverted and dumb Ike is, which is hilarious in the light novel. Although some of the characters are not really important to the whole series, but still they could have done better for some of the characters. Speaking of the characters, the anime misses a lot of relationships in the light novel, especially in the first few episodes. When I say a lot, I mean a lot. For example, the anime didn't mention that Ayano Koji, Sudo, Ike, and Yukimura were friends. Ayano Koji met Sudo when he about to throw hands in the mini market scene, and Ayano Koji bonds with Ike and Yukimura at the pool scene. Sudo also knows and met Horikita in the mini market way before they formed a study group, which of course they did not go well each other. There are a lot more conversation and relationship between Ayano Koji and Horikita that didn't happen in the anime. Like how they skip an entire part where Ayano Koji and Horikita were discussing and going together looking for school club activities. There are some interesting conversation right there, and sadly that didn't happen in anime. Also, there are more conversations when they met in the mini market, and the list goes on and on. And if you're debating because, oh, it's only 12 episodes, they were running out of time. I mean, if they had time to animate this,
さーて、存分に楽しんじゃおう。私も水着新調したんだ。
time isn't an excuse, right? It is a shame because those scenes, even if they were not really significant, for me, it contributes to the overall story. It is also flesh out their characters and their flair so us the viewers and the readers could relate and understand the character better. I don't know why they decided to leave out some of these interesting conversations. I feel like the anime is the abridged and the edgier version of the light novel, which is a very unfortunate thing to do because they left out the originality and the good stuff in the novel. The anime skips and sometimes changes a lot of things in the novel. For example, the way that we knew Ayano Koji intentionally put 50 on every test is by Saya Sensei, not by the class president. They make Ayano Koji have some beef with the president, which is not practical in my opinion, and they did it just to make Ayano Koji look more badass in exchange of destroying his original personality. I didn't like the anime is trying so hard to make Ayano Koji look OP, edgy, and badass. It's like they're trying to create overclock version of Kirito. I rather prefer the ordinary student approach in the novel and slowly showing the cold part of Ayano Koji. In the end, I prefer reading the light novel rather than watching the anime and probably still throughout season 2. I highly encourage you guys to read the light novel if you heavily into Classroom of the Elite, even if you already watched the first season. You will get an entire new perspective and different experience while reading it.